Bear with me here. Hello everyone, sorry about that. I don't really have a camera bracket. So I just have kind of improvising. I put earthquake putty on it, and it tends to move around, so I had to readjust it, even though I just adjusted a few minutes ago. But anyway, what's going on with part 18? Yeah, part 18, the Final Fantasy XII Zodiac Age playthrough. Finally use my camera here. So let's get started. Okay. So remember where I have to go. This is actually always my least favorite part of this game, even more than Great Crystal. I never really liked this part of the game. In fact, I actually quit playing this game years ago because this part kind of just drove me nuts, especially with that boss in the elevator. I didn't know you had to have serum, so yeah, it kind of drove me nuts, but I finally beat it a few months ago, the first time ever, the whole game. And this is my second time playing through the whole thing again. All the way. Oh yeah, I fall in love with this game. I used to be someone who wasn't a fan, but yeah, now I really love it. I just have to remember where to go. Just try to remember where to go. Oh yes, I believe it's here. No, it's the wrong way. Oh, here, I think here it is, right here. Yeah, that way you can go up this circuit, yeah. Go through this door. To get to the next level. In case you guys haven't figured out, in this playthrough I've been trying to get all parts of this map activated. The last one I did, I missed certain parts. There are a couple of places in this game that you can't revisit, one of them being Dropper Laboratory. So if you don't fill out the map in that part of the game, you can never go back and fill it out again. So anywhere, I can't remember exactly which locations aren't revisible. I know it's that one offhand, and you can't go back to the Leviathan. But yeah, so if you're trying to get every part of the map filled out for the trophy, then yeah, those two locations, and if there are any others offhand, I'm not sure, I can't remember offhand, but yeah, you want to look it up and see, because there's no going back to do it. You have to start the game over. But this isn't one of them. This is the actual location you can go back to. Anyway, next There's a boss battle here. I can't remember which one. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Oh yeah, it's sweet. I can't remember. I just kind of improvised here. Quick cast Libra and then cast Dispel because it has regen. It's gonna keep regenerating health. Don't have. Unfortunately, I don't have. I already have that. Still don't have some of the other Ga spells like Shell Ga. I have to displace them. I have to look for them. Next time I get to one of the warp crystals, I'm gonna do that. Try to find some more of them. Okay, it's immune to Sundaga. But I could try Holy. Cast. Hopefully, cure before. Oh. It's okay. Raja, Durana, how do you pronounce it? When he receives Holy was effective. Try it. No, it's immune. It might be immune to elements, not elemental attacks. Alright, let's do some techniques. Wait. Fran. Now with these techniques, the max I've ever gotten is 17. I don't know what the max is for getting them. But yeah, it can be. It just varies how many guys you get. Like I only got 17 max my years I played this game. I played this game when it came out too. I don't remember how many got back then when I was a kid, but and then more recently max ever got was 17. still prefer the lemon breaks and overdrive. I do think those are more fun, but I don't know. It's okay enough. I mean, I like it better than Trance. I don't like Trance at all. Never have. And Naughty 9 sucks, to be honest. They could do a better job implementing it. Just, especially in the original versions, you know. I mean, it kind of turns out about the game. I mean, the story's, I guess, okay in that game. Characters are, I mean, some of them are better than others. It's not my favorite cast in the series. I think there are a few others I like, but anyway. The battle speed in that game is just horribly slow. Even on the remastered version, it still feels too slow. I just don't like the speed of it. I mean, sure, I think I would probably rate it higher if its battle speed was higher. It's just too slow for me. You know, I'm sure that many other people would agree. I mean, it's just a big part of the experience. I just can't get behind it. I mean, I do like it. I guess it's still somewhat better than, you know, 8's junction system. I don't like that at all. I mean, that was even worse. Although I did like that the game did have limit breaks. Battles, could be a pain, you know, it just weren't really good. Oh, here we go. Let's just finish this here. Yeah, anyway, I like how the game had limit breaks. They were actually kind of cool. They had cool animations in 8. What just did it for me with that game, I just didn't like how enemies leveled up and then some. Like, let's say we were, mostly with Squall, like let's say Squall got to level 90. The enemies in the game would level up to about 90 and then higher. Which means we got to the final boss. Granted, you don't know if the game doesn't tell you. At all, I don't remember it ever telling you this, but yeah, if you level up Squall to level 90, let's say, yeah, the enemies level up to that and higher. And, yeah. Again, you know, if they ever made that game, I think they could... I think the game had a good deal of promise. Maybe not... You know, maybe not as much as 9 did. But yeah, it had a good deal of promise, but yeah, the mechanics I didn't like, and the story just didn't have a lot of focus in it. Most of the game. It just felt like meandering. 9's story felt somewhat similar, but it had, it didn't take as long to get going, I guess, to say. Yeah, I thought both of them, I like 7 better than both of them overall. I just think that game had a much better story, the characters are better, and I just like the combat in that game better. It just felt more complete in 8 and 9 did. Like, I feel like, I don't know how I feel with 8 and 9, I feel like they are, I guess they both have about similar amount of strengths and weaknesses. Like, one game does something better than the other. Again, like 8 had limit breaks, which I liked. But the combat had issues, like leveling up and enemies leveling up and then some compared to, you know, Squall. Basically you had to kill if you didn't want him to level up, which is easy to do. You had to kind of, one way to take care of it is you have to kill him and just have everyone else, you know, active in battle. Let's see. Anyway, I'm going to come back to that part of the level, because that enemy can be tough, and elementals can get tough. Anyway, I kind of hope you enjoyed my thoughts on the series overall. And my favorite games in the series are 7, 10, and 12. I haven't played anything before 7. Like 6 or so, I haven't played them. I might do that eventually. They're supposed to be releasing a pixel remaster for the PS4, so I might just get that so I can play them. I don't think I'm gonna do 2. And if I do play them, I probably will skip 2 because, yeah, that game is. The mechanics of that game are just, what I've heard, are awful, and I just have no desire to torture myself. Put it quite bluntly, I have no desire to torture myself with that mess. And it's just, compared to games like 4 afterward, this didn't do anything really that. Like, 4 is like when they've always started to get interesting. So, yeah, I'll skip that one. I might just do 1 and 3 just because, and, you know, I guess they would be fine to get through. I definitely know I would play 4 and 6. And maybe 5, I don't know. I hear 5 has a nice job system. Seems to be the best thing that people love about the game. Yeah, I definitely know 4 and 6. I'll probably play eventually. Hopefully next month. I'm really excited. This Final Fantasy 16 will be coming out. And so I'm getting a little distracted here. Yeah, it looks very promising. Including the setting. I really like the setting of Valencia, I think it's called. I could be wrong. Let me check this. Read the script. Avarice, surrender it only then with nasty tread. Oh, I think I remember. Yeah, I remember how this works. So this one as well. So which means you won't get Gil when you do the battles here. But I mean, this was the best compromise. Because the other ones you can't use magic. I think they're. Yeah, you won't get Gil here, or you know, treasure items. The other ones you have to give up. I think. Let me check here. Read. You can't use weapons here if you do this one, which means you have to rely on magic pretty much, or items. This one here. Oh yeah, this one is magics, which means you can't use magic. Like healing, you can't cure, you know, temporarily be gone for a good chunk of this. You know, next areas up above this floor. Of course, I just always choose the wealth one. It's the least, it's the best compromise. I'll just read all these for you guys here. Or I'll just have, yeah, I'll show you guys these. Gleam for gleam's sake, surrender it only then. I think this one makes it where you can't use Leaper. I can't remember exactly. I think that's what that is. Yeah, I usually choose the Gil one. It's the best, you know, best of the compromises. I guess pick your poison. Here, pick your poison. I mean, this was the least bad of them. Let's see. Switch to Fran. Look at me slow down. Yeah, 16, it looks really promising. I wasn't a fan of 13. I remember when it came out, I ended up actually returning it. I was so bothered by just the opening alone. I mean, it was such a mess. I mean, I didn't know. Like, the occasion, it just made no sense. Like, you know, like you had these, see if I remember the opening right. Like, the train, Lightning and Saz are on this train, and they're coming from Grand Pulse. I can't remember why they were there. I think it was Purge, if I remember right. And somehow it has this tube that goes up the cocoon. Never see again. I don't think you ever see this tube again. Yeah, it was just poor world building overall. It was inconsistent. And And then, yeah, the opening is just had a lot of issues. I just had a lot of issues in the first 20 minutes. Like, Saj had a chokehold in his hair, like really? Really? I mean, I'm supposed to take this, I mean, the story just takes itself too seriously, and I'm supposed to take that seriously, which is so dumb. I mean, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, I just had a lot of issues with the game overall. And I just ended up returning it. I just got so bored by the levels. They just look so, I mean, they look great. The graphics in the game were great. But the levels were just so bland looking. They were great looking, but they just seemed bland. Everything about them was bland. And just, yeah, nothing special about them. They just looked so bland. And just, they lacked a lot of detail. Like this game here, I mean, going from this game, while I didn't like this game as much when it came out, I can't deny I always loved the world building of this game. It's an incredible world. I mean, it's got so much detail and just a lot of attention, you know, just put into it. And then go to 13, and it's just, you know, it just seems so stale. Everything about it was stale. And I gave up, I remember, at Lake Brescia? Yeah, Lake Brescia. Oh yeah, that was another thing. Speaking of the bad storytelling in that game, like, I don't even know how they got there. I don't. I mean, anyone can leave in the comments how they got from... what is it? Anima's... yeah, Anima to Foul Sea Anima. Which I know now what that means. Foul Sea is basically robot god. I didn't know what the heck that meant back then. Foul Sea, what sea? It's just, that was another thing that turned me off. Yeah, anyway, I don't even know how they got there. Apparently, what I've heard, some goddess brought them there, I think. I don't know, it seems to me like they fell from there hundreds of feet and they somehow survived. Like, oh yeah. Anyway, yeah, the storytelling in that game was just appalling. It was bad. I thought replaying it did have some great character moments. The story was just poor. It was poorly told. Having to read about it in the menu just annoyed me. Especially all the cutscenes they have in the game. It's like, what were the cutscenes for? I mean, that to me is like what cutscenes are generally for. Or doing side quests. Like in this game, it does use side quests to kind of flesh out, you know, setting and characters. You know, it does a pretty good job with them, which I wish more games would do. You know, use their side quests as effectively as possible. And so many games have them, they're just pointless. Like, to me, the worst one is this game called Scarlet Nexus, Bandai Namco game. I have it for the Xbox One. Side quests are just total garbage. They don't do one thing to add to the character's story, setting. It doesn't add anything. It's so disposable. Anyway, I'm getting a little off track here. Yeah, there was more to 13 I liked on replay when I played on Game Pass. But I still don't really fault myself for returning it. It was disappointing after coming from this game, which, you know, did get them out right. It wasn't perfect, but it did get them out right. 13 just felt like a huge regression. And I actually skipped the sequels back then, because 13, it just left such a bad taste in my mouth at the time. And going back to it, actually was... yeah, it had a lot of issues, but I guess I could say it was average at best. It's kind of like going through a Michael Bay did a Final Fantasy game, I guess is what I could call it. I guess that's what I would call it. I mean, even that Transformer-style summons, which I know I still can't jive with. But at least it had summons, unlike 15, you know, summons that you could use, I guess. And it had female characters. This setting was kind of cool. I don't know, I kind of like the way they did the setting, in the futuristic setting. It was better in 8 setting. It wasn't done as well. I thought 13 actually did the setting with the job with the sci-fi setting. It's just too bad they didn't include a lot of world building in game. They put it in the menu, which is lazy. It's not good storytelling. Especially after this game, and actually 10 did a really good job of world building as well. And it happened graphically through the game. It didn't make you sit on your butt and read stuff in the menu like homework. Not fun. It's not fun at all. And yeah, and also I read all of the last playthrough. I up to the point where I got in the game. I got to about Bernhilder, I think, the Eidolon battle. I did it like 15 times. It was just so maddening. Daniil's Eidolon. I think that's what they call him. I could be wrong. I mean, oh yeah. Oh, I picked the wrong one. I thought it was the treasure one. Oh well. Yeah, I just hope this isn't going to be a problem. I may have to go back and change it. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I picked the wrong one. You can't use the items. Okay. Yeah, anyway, I read all the dialogue. They call it dialogue. Basically, cliff notes, I guess. That's what you compare them to. I read all of them, and it still didn't. I mean, it made a little more sense than if I hadn't read it, but the story was still very convoluted and messy. The way it was told was odd. Like, it felt like it's like they were trying to copy a Tarantino movie. Like, they told it out of sequence, but it just didn't work because the game was so long and it was hard to follow while what was happening. All the names sound familiar. I mean, they sound similar. But yeah, I mean, the characters to me, they weren't as bad as I remember. I mean, they're not my favorite. Again, not my favorite cast, but I mean, they carried it enough. And by the end, I kind of took to them more than I did originally. Like even Hope, I know a lot of people hate them. I took them by the end, right when I left off there. It kind of doesn't help. I mean, I kind of looked past some of the storytelling errors in that game. There were errors. I think is why a lot of people don't like the characters in that game. It has to do with the storytelling. It's not being good. I mean, I guess they're fine enough. I mean, some of them are better than others, like Hope and Saz. I still wasn't crazy about Lightning. I still thought she was a little bland. Overall, bland and just kind of like a female Squall, I guess. They tried to make her a female Cloud, and I think they accidentally made her into... Oh, hang on a second. I got a call coming in. Let me see. Darn it. Hi, Kimberly. Okay. Sure. Right, bye. Yeah.
What are you doing in this thing? What happened to the war balloon?
It kind of got destroyed.
Sounds like a crazy fishing trip. Did you at least get some good meat?
I did. The best meat of all. The meat of friendship and fatherhood.
I'm new. What's up, everybody?
Dad.
Hi, Katara.
How are you here? What is going on? Where did you go?
We kind of went to a violation prison.
Alright. Okay, I'm back now. I had to take care of something real quick. Oh, anyway, where I left off, they kind of, funny, they tried to make her, even said like interviews, they're trying to make like Lightning a female Cloud. They made her, by accident, I'm sure they made her a female Squall. I didn't like Squall either. I liked him less, actually. And to me, at least Lightning had a bit more going on with her. Squall was just nothing. I didn't like him. He was kind of dull. I kind of wish that game focused more like on Laguna. To me, he was just a lot more interesting and likable. I just didn't like Squall. He was just kind of a jerk most of the game. He got better toward the end, but that just took a while. Yeah, I did not like him. This is part of the reason why I didn't like that game. Just had a lot of things wrong with it. I mean, maybe if they remake it, they could make him, I don't know. It's hard for me to say how to improve him. It just wasn't that great. I mean, when your character is better, like when he appeared in Kingdom Hearts, he was a lot better of a character. It's pretty sad. It's the main character of your game is a lot better in a spin-off type of game, mashup game like Kingdom Hearts, and that really is sad, really. Yeah, he was a lot better in that game. He's a lot less lame. He's more cool in that game. I mean, if they can make him cooler in a spin-off like a mashup game, then they should be able to make him work in a remake of Final Fantasy VIII, although there are several I'd like to do first. Anyway, I hope you kind of enjoyed my thoughts on the series as I've been playing my list of 12 years. Yeah, I guess anyway, maybe replaying it, I guess it was just okay at best, I guess. And I tried the sequels. I mean, I liked the second game. Well, I didn't like it more. I know a lot of people say they like 13.2 more. I liked it less. I did like some locations in that game. Like, I liked Academia. That was actually pretty cool. Again, it worked with the sci-fi aesthetic. I'm not sure if it was meant to be in 13 or not. It seemed like a lot of stuff in that game was just leftover assets. And I take it maybe it was supposed to. And then they had that casino place. I mean, that was kind of trippy, I guess. The Serendipity place. I got some cool music as well, actually better than 13's music. They got rid of, thankfully they got rid of some, like 13's soundtrack was, I think it had some really good stuff in there. In particular, the boss battle scenes were really good. It just had like some cheesy tracks, it just made me sick. Like, the one, I love this location, by the way. Ruined by a dubious choice in music called Sunless Waterscape. Was a really cool location. It's kind of like, I think it was like a nature reserve in the game. I think. Could be wrong. I think I'm gonna have to go back. Yeah, I mean, error here. Pick the wrong one. Just run back. This is part of why I didn't like this location in this game originally. This to me was just not a good choice. Again, I like the game overall, but this part is, yeah, I never liked this part of the game. Also, this wasn't that interesting looking compared to other locations in this game. It's kind of just, aside from the part in the center, it's just kind of drab. I might have to go back. Load up the save file. Wait a minute. Oh, good. Oh yeah, okay. Here's a save crystal. Maybe not. Let's see. Yeah, I Didn't like this. This sucks. This wasn't a particularly great choice here. Actually, I thought this was worse than Great Crystal. Everyone says Great Crystal was the worst movie. This, to me, was worse. This isn't fun. It just breaks up the pacing of the story overall. It's much more than Great Crystal did. And the Great Crystal at least looked interesting. This overall is not very interesting looking. It's just a bunch of, you know, gray locations. Not that interesting. Gray tunnels. This is so annoying. Let's see. Oh, good. Here it is. Thank goodness. Some of the enemies here, they can get frustrating to say the least. They hit you with a lot of status effects. At least now, like, it has speed up. It gets through this area quicker. Because at the top, it really pays off at the top. There's a really great bunch of cutscenes in the top and boss battle with Dr. Sid. Really good. It's at least worth the trek up to there. Anyway, back to what I was saying, that now that we're here, I'm going to change. I remember, I think it was the other one, not this one. For wealth? It wasn't this one. Yeah, anyway, as I was saying, 13, on replay, it did have some stuff I liked, a lot more than I remember. I think my favorite part of that game overall was the brief section we got to control the mech as Pope. That was really fun. I always loved that part of the game. I did play it again. I knew someone, I can't remember who it was, they had the game and I played it. I got further than I did before. And I got that part. That was really cool. I really liked that part of the game. I wish they did more stuff like that in the game. It would make better use of the linear setting, linear levels, having some interesting gimmicks in them. Just how really the I think the only ones that had that were that interesting were that, the back part, and then the bubble pop thing and gas sunless water skate. With the, you know, where you pop the bubble, change it from rainy to not rainy. It just didn't really have. It was just basically like you're running through these areas overall. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, bear with me for a minute here. Knowledge. Oh, maybe it was this one. Check. Yeah, I did, let me check here. No, this one is the one that locks me. Yeah, I really don't like this part. Let's do it again. We definitely need magic here. It always took me a while with this part. I'm not a big fan of this part of the game. There's stuff like this. Maybe it was the other one. I'll have to pick up the magic user and just check. Maybe I did have that one, the right one activated. It's not fun. I may have had the right one. Yeah, I think I did have target. Okay, yeah, I got through most of 13-2. I managed to, even though I really hated the anomaly puzzles. Some of them were just were way too long. And that game actually had some of the word salad they used was actually worse. It made 13 so intolerable. Not that I was a fan of either. It was at least not as insufferable. Like, I'm not really familiar like what anomalies are, or like they just kept saying stuff like anomalies and time travel work this over and over, if I remember. I didn't even know what most of the story was in that game either. It was really even more confusing. 13's, I guess you could say quite simply that like they're branded by these robot gods, and they're supposed to carry out, you know, specific quests. Of course, they're not told what it was, or else they would be turned into monsters. 13-2, I didn't really know like what most of that storyline was. It was just really confusing. I guess the only thing I could really call is when he gets trapped in Groundhog Day fighting Edward named Kane. And her sister has to go through time with a guy who looks like Sora. I was there with that. His characters I didn't like it. It just looked like Discount Sora. It was just uninspiring. Check. Yeah, I didn't really like his design. It was just not very inspired. I just kept thinking of Sora. He just seemed like a Discount Sora. Just had no real personality. Anyway, yeah, him and sister, Lightning Sister, and Discount Sora have to travel through all these different time zones, solving all these anomalies to maybe get her back, Lightning out of this time. Groundhog Day, I don't know. Just made a lot less sense. And I kind of threw in the towel with that game. The spinning platform area, that just really set me off. Even after enduring that awful the last anomaly puzzle, it just took forever. Oh, it took way too long. It took me hours. And you can't just leave it. I mean, it made me fine if I could just like leave it and go back to it later. If I had to turn off the system for some reason, like I could just save in the middle of it and come back to it. But no, like if you leave, you have to start the whole thing over again. And the last one just was so RNG based. I had to look up this guide online. Unfortunately, the guide I looked up, it wasn't a secure site, but it's like the only way I could actually figure it out. There's no other way. I mean, it would have taken me longer if I tried to do it by luck. Because there's just simply too many dials on the clock face. I got through that, and I think it was this spinning platform, and there was this one area where the enemies just kept warping over and over. More than the others, like the calorie rate was too high in that area. And I just got so tired of jumping on these silly, whatever it was supposed to be. And yeah, I just said, you know, that's it, I'm done. But at least it did have a couple things I like. It got me through most of the game, at least. Let's see. And then I tried Lightning Returns, and I got a few hours in that game. I didn't like the time mechanic thing in that game. It just wasn't not good at all. It just gave me anxiety. I just didn't like it, especially considering how easy it was. Like it had these doors in the game. Like let's say you had to get to a certain quest, and it was behind like a gate. Like some of them were time-based, and if you didn't get there if you got there outside a certain time of it, it would shut, which means you have to go like all the way back, and it's a waste of time. You have to run through this really unnecessary long areas. The graphics were just so bad in that game. I mean, they looked worse than the PS2 game. I mean, they just looked really unpolished. Just looked really cheap. Yeah, I can't remember where I gave up in that one, but it took me less time to give up in that game. And the opening was just so risable. I was just laughing myself silly. It was so ridiculous. I don't even know how we even got to that point. Like, yeah, there's no in between how it even really got from the events of 13-2, whatever they were, to the end of it. Like being 500 years later, and the world ending in 13 days. Because of course, it had to be 13 days, but it's so subtle. And it had this really cheesy shot of lightning standing on a clock tower. Taking off your sunglasses, turning aside, and then lightning flashes, and it says lightning returns. It was so ridiculous. I mean, I can't remember. I don't know if I've seen an opening even more ridiculous than that in the game. I mean, that was just so ridiculous. And then the battle with snow was just so ridiculous as well. Although to think that was actually the peak of that game overall, at least from what I played, that was actually the peak of that game. Let's see. Go back this way. It might be. Where was it? Yeah, I mean, to say the least, I didn't really miss much skipping 13 sequels, that's for sure. I didn't think I was missing that much at the time, and I certainly turned out I wasn't. They were just kind of there. I think they kind of overspent on 13 by making us endure, a couple unnecessary sequels. I mean, I wasn't really sure why they made sequels for it. I mean, I get why they made sequels for 10, because 10 was pretty well regarded when it came out. It still is. That game was definitely not first year. I think it actually has more issues than this one, although I have quite a bit of fondness for that game. It does have a good deal of its own things that are wrong with it. It's not a perfect game. It's an enjoyable game, but it's certainly not without issues. But anyway, I get why they had made a sequel for that game, even if that sequel, I'm not a big fan of the sequel for that game. I get why they made a sequel for it. I mean, for one thing, again, 10 was pretty popular. And, Spirits of Venom was a dud, and they lost a lot of money on that. 10 actually did save the company a good deal of way. It made enough money to save the company at that time from them going up before they merged with Square Enix. And of course that became Square Enix. To be honest, I don't really think that's really where the series went wrong. Because again, 8 was pretty rough. I mean, I know a lot of people have fondest memories of 8. But 8, let's just be honest, 8 was just really bad overall. It just had really nothing going for it. Besides with graphics, at the time, the FMVs, and soundtrack, I guess. And I guess with Gunna's arc too. Gunna's arc was enjoyable. I liked that. I wish they made it his storyline rather than Squall's. I wasn't interested in Squall one. It's just not as enjoyable. I just thought with Gunna was more enjoyable character than Squall maybe too. But anyway, yeah, I mean, they've had some bad games before. You know, not every game up until 10 was good. Like 8 had many problems. And 9 was a step in the right direction, but it too had a good deal of things that weren't right, mainly with the battle system. And I thought the second half of the story kind of fell apart. Worse than actually this one. I mean, this one actually holds up better throughout the 9 scene. 9 becomes kind of a mess toward the end. And it's just running through a lot of dungeon. With too many encounters. Encounters rate was too high. Which wouldn't be an issue if it didn't take so long most of the time to load the battle, because the battles weren't so slow because of the animations. It wouldn't be too bad. Anyway, yeah, it wasn't a perfect game either. It was a step in the right direction. Had they worked on a few things in the second half of the battle system. And they gave some of the characters... I feel like they could have cut some of the characters from the party, like Amaranth was not useful. I don't know really why he was with the party. Kina was just kind of a joke character. It could have just made Kina a side character. It wasn't really necessary to have Kina be in the party. I mean, the game had enough comic relief in it. I don't know why they needed another comic relief character to be in the main party. Decided to fill out slot. I guess maybe it was just to fill out Nate's slot or something. And then, yeah, I thought they could have cut Amaranth, made him a side character as well. Yeah, it wasn't really useful. I never really used him. I played the game in the past too. I never used him. He just wasn't useful. And his weapon, his weapon was kind of silly. Circus rings, I guess that's what it was. I don't know. I mean, it could have done something cooler, like shuriken or throwing knives. The ring thing was just lame. I didn't like it. I mean, if they're going to make him party member, it should have had something cooler. I mean, you should have had more to him. It was just basically, the quiet guy standing in the corner. He barely said anything throughout the game. You have like no real development. So I feel like they could have added to his character a bit more, or just made him a side character. You know, I think like the only characters that really matter in that story were Zidane, Vivi, Dagger, and Steiner. Eiko had a little bit of a role in the first half. I guess she had some of a role, but she's also one of the summoners. So, yeah, she did have a role, at least in the first half. Up until the scene, I remember right, the scene at Alexandria where Alexander destroys Bahamut, I think. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Which was pretty cool. I like that set piece in the game. Up until that part, she had more of a role, and then it's kind of just didn't have much of a role after that. It would have been nice if they gave her a little bit more to do in the second half. And then, there was Freya. She actually had an interesting character arc. It just kind of ends after the first disc, and then she's just there for most of the game. It would have been nice if they could have spaced it out throughout the game, where she has more development, not just rush in the first half. I used her. She was actually useful too in battles. You know, I used again Dagger, Steiner, Zodiac, of course. But I don't think you actually get rid of Zodiac. I think he's like Squall. He's just a default member you can't change out. It's shameful they got rid of that. They put that system they came up with 8 in the trash where it belonged. And they made it where if you leveled up, it didn't make the game harder. I don't. Yeah, but that belonged in the trash. That decision was bad. Not a good decision. So if you have the party, it at least didn't make the game. It wasn't to your detriment overall. And they got rid of that junk, that drawing garbage that belonged in the trash as well. That was horrible. Not fun. It may have been better like if you got more spells, but you just got like one or two spells at max most of the time. Not fun. They got rid of that for 9, thankfully. I mean, like I said, they fixed some of the things about it just to make it faster overall. They got rid of the slowdown, which was a lot. I could have carried the game enough, probably. After the counter rate being so high. Oh, hang on, I got another call coming in. Let's see. Hey, Kimberly. Okay.
So, yeah, you don't have to do chores tomorrow, okay?
Yeah, thanks.
Okay,
Bye. Oh, okay, I'm back. Well, where was I? It's kind of fun reminiscing about these games, and you know, they're potentially going to do a remake of 9. Yeah, I think the game had a good deal of potential. It's just, it has some things that were overall wrong with the game. That if they fixed them in the remake, the game would have been a lot better. In fact, I think it had more issues than 7 did overall. I mean, not the original 7 did have its issues, but they weren't so glaring compared to 8, 9, and definitely compared to 8. When I hear people say 8 is better than 7, I mean, I can't fathom how it's better. I mean, maybe the presentation is better. Maybe. But, I mean, that's not the only thing that's important in the game. You look at 13. 13 had great graphics and everything, but that game, that wasn't enough to carry the myriad of problems that game had. It carries the myriad of problems it had. Great graphics aren't the only important thing. So anyway, yeah, I mean, I guess I see why they remade 7 first. It is the most popular game in the series. It's a game that made the series popular. I mean, for 7, it wasn't quite as popular as after it was after 7. After it became, I mean, it wasn't as popular as it became after 7. I mean, after that, then when people start getting into it, it was more niche. Again, I got another call. Hi, Jamie. Okay, thanks, bye. Sorry about that. Yeah, we have a, supposed to have someone come over, but something going on with his boys and he can't come tomorrow, so yeah, I'll have to keep my parents. It's kind of a shame, I was really hoping to see him, but I guess it happens. Oh, anyways, I was saying, I see why they remain 7 first. Yeah, it is overall the most important game in the series because it made the series really popular. Before that, again, Final Fantasy was niche, more niche than compared to when 7 released. Yeah, original 7 was actually pretty good. I'm considering doing playthroughs for it on my channel. I think I might do that pretty soon. Oh, here we go. Here's a map for the area. But yeah, I really look forward if they ever make 9 up. You know, check it out. You know, one thing. Oh, another thing. I hope they fix about the game. I know I wasn't really a fan of the character designs of the game. I didn't like him. I liked the ones in 8 better, even though I thought 8 was the worst game overall. I liked the designs better. I don't know, I just didn't like, I can't put my finger why I didn't like 9. So I just didn't. It just didn't work for me. I did see some designs like in Zodiac, like in Zodiac and Kuja, they were so much better. I mean, I just thought like Stan's designs kind of lame to me. It just looked so lame. Overall, it seemed lame, I guess. I just wasn't a fan. I'm still not. I do think the game is more enjoyable to go through. I just, at least for the first time, I just don't like the designs. That was one thing I've seen. I didn't jive with them. Although it's not the only important thing in the game. Yeah. Remake, I would hope that they could fix the designs. And I think they can. I mean, the ones in Dissidia were so much better. I think they could do it overall. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, they're supposed to come out with 10.3. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see how that turns out. I mean, they've been saying for a while they want to do it. I don't know. They might do it. They have a story written for it, apparently. I don't know what will happen with it. I mean, it can't be worse than 10.2. I just thought that one was such a mess. Not a fan of that one. I mean, I guess it's kind of cool they brought back the job system. I don't know, the way they did it. I don't know, dress fears. I mean, it's just too girly. I just don't like it. It's too girly. Dress fears. Yeah, I don't know. The garment grids. It's just so. It's too feminine for me. I'm a guy. I don't like it. It's too feminine. I mean, this game was definitely an improvement. Final Fantasy XII was a nice improvement over 10.2. It just got definitely what the series needed at the time. And I do wish they built better on what they had done with this game with 13 for sure. Now 15, they kind of started trying to bring some of the stuff back in this game, like the hunts and stuff. Well, actually they had that in 13, but they were all concentrated in Grand Pulse. In 15, they were more spread out, like in this game. But they just didn't. They just felt very copy-paste. 12 had these really cool hunts that just felt unique. You got them, and they were just unique feeling. And there were 45 of them. And 15, I can't remember how many there were. I think there were like over 50, and they just weren't unique feeling. It just felt like you just got them all with diamonds, which is odd. Just diamonds, really. And Fantasy XII, you got them like at the Fawn Coast, the town there. You got them at the taverns. Where else? I can't remember where else you get that. I think it's like taverns and Fawn Coast. That was cool. I mean, that to me, those are great settings to take on hunts from. Taking them out from diners, no. No, I'm sorry. I don't know why they thought that was something that would work. You know, same as like the gas station, world. I mean, most of the world in that game was just gas stations. Gas stations, just nothing in between. I think it had like one town with stall or something, but that was pretty much the only town in the game you really went to. I don't know, just... And nothing on easily, that's for sure. Not even a quarter on easily. And I thought conceptually it was worse than 13. I thought 13 had a cool world. I just didn't like the way it was presented, but it was cool. And that they did a better job developing that game, it actually, I'm sure it would have been a lot more loved. I mean, the setting was cool. They showed a lot of stuff in the game that built the world up better. You know, it would be a lot more loved, I'm sure. But EOS, yeah, I didn't like EOS. It's just a really dull world overall. Just uninspiring. I mean, locations just aren't imaginative. I mean, I just can't see what's imaginative like about gas stations and liquor stores. It's just not imaginative. Shoot. Some of these enemies are just really pain, to say the least. Yeah, I forgot how much I didn't like this level. Even compared to the last playthrough. I hate this level. Hate this. Level just, okay, I'm just gonna have to try to focus on where to go for a second here. This isn't fun. Oh yeah, another thing I forgot to mention about this game that was a lot better than the original is it has... Oh, come on! I hate this. Great. Alright, turn off. Come on, let me go. Let me in. There. Oh yeah, this game has auto saves between when you go to different areas. Something that the first time I got this game, I gave up as a kid. I gave up at I think close to the end of what's the name of that place? Oh, Balfenheim Passage, I think. Well, Barheim Passage. Yeah, Barheim Passage. I gave up there because there's not enough save zones in the game overall between areas, and some of the enemies can be really difficult. And yeah, I guess I didn't level up enough in that area. And, yeah, if you die, you have to go all the way back to the save crystal. In some of these areas, like here, this is another area where you're just so far, they're far apart, and you just die easily in this game against all these enemies in the game. Oh yeah, having these auto saves, it's such a relief. They should have technically been mandated to put these in years ago. They should have just released a better, better version of PS2. The international version should have been ported to the US years earlier. You know what? I don't know. Oh, I guess it doesn't have the autosave feature. It did have speed up. Yeah, I guess it just had like speed up and better job system. I think that was really big. I never played that version because it never came to US. Kind of like Final Fantasy X International version didn't come to US. It was only available when they did the HD version, HD remaster. Shoot. Out of Easter's. Yeah, anyway, yeah, that kind of just drove me nuts. I did come back to it later, and I'm glad I did, because I did get a lot further in that game after that. Yeah, I really... I'm gonna have to come back to this area later. This is so just irritating. For some reason this area is so difficult. Check the license board. Oh good, we do have enough points. Upgraded level. Yeah, I like how they have the job systems in this game. It's a lot better. In the original, they just have like one board, like I guess it was kind of like 10 spear grid, where they're all just like dumped onto one board. One license board. It was kind of like everyone just kind of felt like the same. Here, like you could choose your own job. So like I have Vaughn as time battle as Bushi, and Walthier monk machinist, and it's so much better. It's a lot better to deal with the board as well. It's a lot smaller, easier to take in. Again, Courageous. That's a good one. Kind of wish you did this with 10 Remaster, with Spirit Grid. The Expert one is better. It's at least smaller and easier to get through. You can make your own choices faster. How you want your characters to be in the game. The original one was just too big. I mean, I did it. I think I only filled it out once in my whole life. I did it for the trophy in PS4 version of 10. But it just took forever. Yeah, it took me years. I mean, the mistake I actually made, I felt so dumb for not realizing it. I tried to fill out the luck spheres. Oh, let's give that could be a good one. Yeah. Is I tried to fill out the luck spheres, and it took so long. You have to fight. What was it to get to the luck sphere? Oh yeah, you had to fight Greater Spear. I think it was a spear, that big spear enemy at the monster arena. And it took every time. It takes like at minimum 5 or 6 minutes. And that's if you're pretty high level, like I got to a high level after a while. And then you also had to get the Fortune Spear from the Earth Eater, I think it was. Same thing, it took like 6 or 7 minutes. It took such a while. And what I should have just did was get their save file. And just get rid of the luck spheres and put like easy ones like HP, just to fill it out, just for the trophy. Now what I do in these games, I have like multiple save files. You can't see it in this one because this one they pause the broadcast and you look at your load screen, or so you save the game. But I have like 3 different files. One of them is for the trial mode, which I'm still working on. Oh. Let's see, how do we send? But yeah, I typically keep multiple save files in role-playing games now. Especially for trophies, because sometimes they have stuff that can get really time-consuming to do. I did get the trophy in that game, so I really liked 10 quite a bit. I was willing to do it for that one. I tried it with 10 too, and I just couldn't. The 100% system in that game is just so tiresome. If you miss like one little thing on the checklist, like if you don't talk to one particular person, or you don't listen to one certain line of dialogue, you could mess out in points. It just couldn't take it anymore. It just sucked the fun out of playing it. I may have enjoyed it more if I just went through the story, but yeah, it was a weaker story overall too than 10. Let's see. Maybe let's check. See, I'm going over my hour. Usually I play these playthroughs for over an hour, but it's the first time I had the camera on. I'm still kind of trying to multitask. Maybe this would be a good one anyway. I mean, also 10.2 had the, what was it? The, Last Mission. I tried that one, I just couldn't do it. It was awful. I just couldn't do it. It was worse. I mean, getting through 10.2. I mean, it did have some nice cutscenes. I thought they had some good character moments in it, but let's just be honest. Just watching a video on YouTube for it is preferable than actually playing it. It just wasn't fun to play, especially if you could die easily and they put you all the way back at the bottom if you die. It's just, yeah, it wasn't fun. Yeah, no. Yeah, I would be interested to see what they do for 10.3. I mean, just have to see, I guess. I can't tell you how I imagine it'll be. It can't be. It would definitely be an improvement over 10.2, I'm sure. But I don't know if it will actually top 10, but it would definitely be an improvement over 10.2. Okay. Get rid of barrier here. Again, I can see why I got one sequel, 10 got one sequel. I can definitely see why it's getting another. It's still one of their most popular games, I mean, to this day. Even though, yes, it is flawed, no doubt about it, it's still a very enjoyable game to go through. The storyline is very just emotional in that game. It's very touching. I still love it overall. I thought the characters are pretty cool as well. I like them. Even the side characters we've done, they got some good depth, fair amount of depth to them. It's just kind of cool, actually. For the most part, I mean, it's enough just to flesh out the main cast, but they gave the side characters a fair amount of depth as well. To them. Compared to their side characters like Celinda and some of the other ones. They kind of fit overall into the world building of that game and the story. Like they felt like they had a role in it. They weren't just there. Let's see. Now this game actually got a sequel as well, but I never played it. It was for the DS, the Nintendo DS. Yeah, I never got around to getting it. I kind of wish they included it with the remaster, but I mean, I guess it is what it is. They called it Revenant Wings. It's, you know, focused on primarily around Pinello and Vaughn and Balthier and Founder there. I can't remember what the story was about. Basically, it's about them doing skydivers. Yeah, I feel like it's kind of a shame they could include it with this game, like, yeah, something like what they did with Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, they included Metal Gear 1 and 2. It's kind of just a shame they didn't include it. That is what it is. Still a pretty good remaster. They make a nice deal of improvements over the original. So like this and 7 Remake were nice. A nice way to hold this over until 16 came out, because I feel like it was like the 13. I remember like in that PS3 generation, 10 Remaster was, you know, such a breath of fresh air after 13 trilogy. I really didn't like it at the time. I mean, now I kind of think 13's okay. But again, not a big fan of sequels, but it was a nice relief. Same how I feel with 7 Remake and 12 Zodiac Edition. Just one of the things there was 15 that I rubbed me the wrong way as well. Maybe even more actually. Like, they got rid of female party members. To me, just, yeah, I didn't like that. Just too much of a, like people have said, this sausage party, you know. They just seem like boy band. I don't know, it seemed like they're going to a mosh pit, like basically when the game opens, you're supposed to be going to, if I remember right, to Luna's Freya's, you're not supposed to go see Luna Freya to get married to her, you know, it's a political maneuver basically. Even though they did actually develop feelings for each other, it was more of a political move. Kind of like Ash and Razzler's wedding was. They thought they had feelings for each other too, but it was more political than anything. Anyway, it just looked like they're going to a mosh pit. I mean, it's just so dumb. I mean, like they're wearing like punk rock boots, and it just looks so, yeah. It just seems so disjointed. Just weird. I think it partly due because it's supposed to be versus 13 was, I don't know what the concept of that game was supposed to be about. Oh. I don't know exactly. That thing was a development issue, it was a development for years. The Murray didn't know what he was doing with that thing, it was really shown. Just no clue. That's why they got it with the new director. Let's be honest, he wasn't a very good director. Advertised, not a good director. I mean, it wasn't all his fault that 15 was such a mess, such a train wreck. But he was a director. He did have a good amount of blame. Not entirely his fault, but he did have to bear a good, amount of blame. Some of the choices they made as well, like making it to buy DLC to understand parts of the story and character motivations, which it's just insulting. It's like going to see a movie and they make you pay to see more of the movie. Like, would you imagine like going to Terminator, for example, and then you have to pay out more money to see what happens next, or maybe not what happens next, but what happens at a certain scene. Like the fill in a pothole. It's just ridiculous. And then all the product placement. I mean, Coleman, really? I mean, it's supposed to be a different world. For some reason, they use Coleman. They have Amex cards, gas stations. And it's just ridiculous. Absolutely disgusting that they would do that. And there was a whole side quest for cup noodles, like it was a commercial. In fact, something I found out later about it. The reason why the character talk about it in such a what's the word? I guess a knowing way, like kind of a sarcastic way in the game in the English version. Because they thought it was actually a joke. They thought it was like it wasn't going to make the cut, and it did actually. And that's just how risible it was as a decision. I mean, I almost expected like Radio to look at the camera and say, like, hey, I want my check now. It's just, yeah. They didn't even do anything clever with it. I mean, that was probably the most clever thing you did with product placement. Nothing else they did with it was clever at all. Like, they didn't do, like, the GTA series does clever things with the product placement. They put their own spin on it, like, I'm trying to think of an example. Like in GTA Vice City, they had this sword called Gash, and it's based on Gap. And they had these, one of the banners says, Gash pension closing soon. And then they had one for Sprite, they called it Sprunk, and they said, get Sprunk up your nose. I mean, that was pretty clever. They just didn't do anything clever with, any of the product placement that they forced into Final Fantasy 15. I don't even think the cup noodle thing was that clever. Aesthetic. Yeah, I just didn't like it. It just pulled me out of the game, too. Seeing all these products shoved in my face. Coleman was probably actually most egregious. It's ridiculous. Vivian Westwood, I mean... It may not have been as insulting if they didn't make you buy DLC and stuff. It's just... It makes you see it terrible. I saw the movie was terrible. I couldn't even finish it, it was just boring. Could not finish it. What was it, Kingsway Brotherhood movie? No, it was just boring. I mean, I've seen long movies. The movie wasn't even that long. I think it was like an hour and 40 minutes. Like, I've seen Quentin Tarantino movies. Those are like 3 hours, and they never feel long to me because they're done, you know, they have interesting dialogue, the situations are clever, you know. Kingsway was just, like, the dialogue was just stiff. It didn't really add, like, to his character. Like, it had a few scenes that kind of added, like, on like Luna and stuff. For the most part, it was based on these characters that you never see in the game, at least in the main game, called the, Kingsways, or guards, I guess. In the hoods. You see them in, episode Arden. Never see him in the game. I just couldn't care. Like, who are these people? You never see him in the game. I mean, it's just uninforming. Yeah, the story just, you know, it didn't interest me that much. Kind of like the main campaign, actually. Episode of Arden was actually kind of cool. I feel like I wish he was the main character. It would have been kind of interesting to make the villain, have he play as the villain for once. Rather than, you know, people say Chocobo, I didn't find him that interesting. I kind of wish he could, like I said, I wish the story was based on he playing the villain. I mean, that may have been more interesting. I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. Shoot. Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh yeah, so what you want to do here, let me just... see, who is it? Oh. I guess Ash doesn't have, oh yeah, doesn't have, Raise or Rise. Check if I can program her to use... Oh, I can, yes, let me program her to use, ally status KO. Phoenix down. Oops. So yeah, so what you want to do is either use Libra, cast Float. If you cast Libra, you'll be able to see where these mines are. I guess I already stepped in all of them, but like that mine right here. You'll be able to see where they are. The other thing you do is cast Float, which I don't think I have in this playthrough. Or Equip. I can't remember the name of that. Oh yeah, I think I have it in this playthrough. It was called, not this one. I can't remember, there's an accessory you can equip. Well, you can equip this one too to see where they are. Or you could equip an accessory that's auto float. You can just walk right over them. It's so great. I mean, yeah, it's just, I think that's always the best way to go. If you have it, if you have something that has float, auto float, or casting float is the best way to go. Especially because sometimes these things are just so clustered together. Yeah, I think I'm just going to come back later to finish that. When I'm leveled up more. No wait. Shoot. Yeah, I'll come back later probably. Let's get out of here. Too powerful. There's my party. Let's see. Hoping there's a save crystal here. Yeah. Oh, here it is. Oh, good. Thank goodness. I need it. As you can see. Oh, by the way, I hope... I don't know, like I said, I never used the camera before. I'm kind of hoping it's picking up what I'm saying. I guess I'll find out later. I may have to... Oh, shoot. Yeah, I should have had a second... yeah, like I said, hopefully you can do it. Yeah, okay, about 15 is when they find... You know, World Edition was definitely an improvement over the original. In part, they put things that shouldn't in the game, like be able to drive the boat in the game that should have been there in the first place. Instead of just having it be an like an automatic thing, like the car pretty much. Which, by the way, I really didn't like the car. It's too slow. It just made the game into like it just became an anchor. To get around the map, it was just too much. It's too slow. It wasn't consistent how you could actually skip it. Yeah, I didn't like it. I mean, you can actually make it fly later in the game. The problem I ran into with that is there are all these invisible walls in the game. You can't see them, but because of the haphazard development of the game, they put all these ridiculous invisible walls everywhere. You can't go everywhere on the map. It has a huge map in the game, EOS, but you can't go everywhere because they ran out of time in development. And exposed. They wanted to get the game out. So, yeah, I actually crashed a few times. I didn't even see that there were invisible walls there. You can't see them, but yeah, I ended up hitting one. It just happened a few times. I never used it again. But yeah, if you crash once in the flying car, then you know it just blows up and it's a game over. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. It's too bad it actually makes it faster to get around the map. It's a shame it doesn't work better. Oh, here's a cool boss here. Oh, as I was saying, I got distracted. Yeah, they basically canceled the rest of the DLC in 15. They want you to pay more money, of course, more money for a book. And what I said to that, of course I'd say it anyway, I'm just saying out loud myself basically, I said, no. No way am I buying a book to finish the rest of the story. Goodbye. It's too bright. Some lights on. Yeah, I felt insulted. I mean, to me that was insulting. More money for... Even with the DLC they released, it still didn't really make much sense. The story was still a disaster. Still. And I just said no effing way am I going to pay. Open up my wallet to get more content that should have been there on release. Especially when you consider they have games like Persona 5 that have complete stories. They don't hold this nonsense. Let's see. That just made me so mad. Not just absolutely defeats the purpose of being game 2. You're not experiencing the game or reading about it in a book. I'm sorry, no. Yeah, I'm not paying more money for something like that. That was insulting. Completely unpalatable. Again, when you look at development 16, they're definitely learning lessons from 15. And I'm glad. Because they made so many mistakes with that game and the first trilogy. I mean, 12 was always the last one that was that good, you know, for a while. I mean, taking them like how many years? This game released in 2006. It's taken them let's see,
I never noticed.
almost 20 years to release a good new main title, single player Final Fantasy game that's actually good. Hopefully there won't be such big delays in games going in the future. I guess we'll find out. You know, see how it turns out too. Hopefully they can get Yoshi P to direct more games. It seems like he has a good passion, knows what he's doing, unlike Tabata and Toriyama, which were horrible directors. Toriyama, by the way, is behind 10-2. Horrible game overall. I don't know why they brought him back after that, but yeah, they brought him back for not 1, not 2, but 3, 13 years. And while some remake was pretty good overall, it did have some of the issues that 13 had, like linear levels, and just running through linear hallways over and over. It had some of the same, not as many, but it did have some of the same problems. And yeah, this surprised me I found out he's partly responsible. And I see they didn't bring it back for Rebirth. I can see why. It's just not a good choice. Not a good choice. I mean, put in characters with them full miss gauges to wear down. Yeah, Fenry's. I hope. Oh, I think this is. Oh, I think this is one of the hidden bosses I ran into. The trophies in this one. If I beat Fenry, I'll be able to get the trophies. That would be nice. I'm trying to get the trophies in this game too. We'll find out if I'm really good. I hope you've been enjoying my video so far. I'm enjoying my thoughts. It's not that because coming out and talking to my tongue about on the series. About 16, I thought it was 16, like how excited I am for now, and also it's weekly. So I haven't seen as much for that one. They haven't really had released much trailers for that one, like 16. I don't really know what happened with it, but it's supposed to have, I guess, more open world sections. Less linear, so that would be good. Not that linear is a bad thing, it's just, you know, like I said, too many running down long stretches of narrow corridors. It just got kind of tiresome doing it over and over. Oh, another thing that they did with Zodiac Age over the original is they put in miss gauges. Originally you had to use MP, which, as you can see, can go pretty fast when trying to heal everyone and stuff in battles. So this was a really good choice they made with this. You know, implement a gauge. Same with the summons. I haven't really used the espers in this game. Admittedly, they aren't really as useful. Compared to 10, and 10 did a much better job in making summons really useful. In this game, I never really used them. Not when quickenings are more effective. I did collect them. I actually got like 11 so far. 11 of the 12. I think there are 12 espers. The only one I don't have is Zodiac. I didn't quite find the same time. Not the same time. I'm almost done with that one. I just gotta level up in that save file a bit higher, to level 65 or so. Because Zodiac is like level 66. Unless you're really skilled at playing. Well, which I haven't gotten. I never even got to the 10. I never got to the point where I could just play it without doing spear good. Like some players have. I mean, you're not going to be able to beat it, most likely. Unless you get to right around the same level. Luckily, you can speed up the gameplay, and it just makes it such a breeze. The grind is now compared to originally. These things are out. Oh, it's like I'll be able to beat Sunday, nice. That's what's interesting about 16 is it's the first M-rated new single-player main title. I say single-player because they have, you know, 2 online ones. A different experience is made in games like 12 and 10. 15, even 15, 13, and some of the weaker ones. You know, it's a different experience. It's not the same experience. Shoot. Oh yeah, I think it's helping because I have Redison Party. The other save file, I didn't have Redison where I just had just the 3 characters. I was definitely the party well. You know, just have 3 characters, I mean, whoever they are, without the gas characters. No, be able to beat them. Nice. did I get this trophy? Can't remember. Or maybe I got this one. Maybe I'll think of a different one. You know, if it's not showing up, I'm gonna just check it real quick. No, it's Fafnir. I guess I see why I got confused. Yeah, Fafnir. That was the one I was trying to fight, not Fenrir. Similar sounding, but different enemy. Yeah, that one was a lot earlier. I gotta level grind more. I still have to learn where to get the accessories. It doubles EXP earnings. That would really make it even faster. I have to figure out where to get those. Let's see. Continue or getting closer to being done with this place. Yeah, you're almost done. It's like pulling a band-aid off. It's just best to get this place done as quickly as possible. Let's see. Where next? No, the work thing there. Uh-oh. Yeah, those things can be really tough. I usually just avoid things. The elementals are really difficult. I usually just avoid them. Wait a minute. No, not this one. You can't. Wait. I'm confused. Let's see. I think you have to choose a new one. Maybe not. Let me check. No, can't use weapons in that one. Yeah, I don't want to fight that thing. That thing's difficult. Let's see, how much? Oh yeah, this one. This is the one I picked before. Oh wait. Oh, we made a mistake here. I think we have this area down pat. How to get through this area. Oh wait, actually I guess that was right. Now the elevator's coming in. Never mind. I guess that was what you're supposed to do. Okay, oh good. Now we have all my abilities. All the abilities are back. Thank goodness. We're almost done. And I'm gonna have to just go back to Balfin and some of the buy more items. Like ethers, I'm running pretty low. As you can see, and also, let me check, do I have serums? Oh, I do have serum. Oh yeah, you gotta have serum. Oh wait, by the way, the enemy on the elevator, the boss on the elevator, inflicts disease, and if you get disease, you know, it just loads your health down eventually over time until you just get to one and you die. So yeah, it's a particularly grading status ailment. If you don't have serum, or if you don't have like Remingworth 3, you can't get rid of it. And that was actually I think that was that was a big reason I just ended up putting it years ago and I didn't actually fully beat this game. Because that was just really irritating me. I didn't know I had to get serums. I also wasn't really familiar with role-playing games. I was pretty new at the time still. I wasn't really experienced. I mean, this one does have more of a learning curve. Honestly 12 has more of a learning curve than other games in the series. Most notably compared to 10. 10 was like one of the simpler ones. This one's more complex. Although it wards you well, you feel You know, it makes you feel good when you learn things about this game. And you learn more about it, it makes you feel pretty good, admittedly. It's good not to discover. Let's see, where are we now? Oh yeah, this one I think I'll have to look up a guide. This one can be particularly annoying. Here, let's see. If you don't touch the right, what are they? Powerfuls? I can't remember what they call them. Like these things, like right here. A waystone, yeah. If you touch the wrong ones, they warp you to this area where they have these enemies that this, like ghosts and stuff, that keep inflicting status ailments. They're just really hard to fight overall, even when you're high level. So what you want to do is look up. I'm doing here. It's preferable to look up a guide. If you mess up, and yeah, you get warped to that certain area. And you have to survive it until the door opens, basically. For, I think, a few minutes. I can't remember exactly how long. Okay, Pharaoh's third scent waystones. Let me just see which ones you're supposed to touch. You have to be careful which ones you touch, unless you want to work that area and deal with some nasty enemies. Let's see. First fight. Having challenge. Wait a minute. I think that enemy's called Hashmal. Oh boy. It's level 50. I guess I gotta grind some more. Let's see. I'm trying to find the sigil. Which one is it? Oh, here it is. Oh yeah, I've seen the guy here. It says selecting the wrong sigil twice will send you down to the lowest floor, where you will be ambushed by a ton of undead enemies that have a good chance of wiping your party out. That's the area that, if you mess up, you're going to be stuck in. It's really, really not good. You like try to avoid it when you can, as much as possible. Although you can get the map of the Pharaoh's third ascent, so I guess if you want to get the map, then you have to go there. But I personally don't want to. I'd better just go there later. I think I think the first one's the green one. I think. Yeah. And then you have to touch it second time. Alright, touch this. Also glad we're getting close to being out of this. I hope I didn't get transferred. Oh boy. I must have read something wrong. Darn it, I read something wrong in the guide. So I'm just gonna quit. There's another thing you can do is quit. Oh shoot. Did I mess up here? No, I didn't. This is the last time I saved. Okay, good. I read something wrong in the guide. really hate this part of the game. It's not. Still trying to look this up. You start. Oh, I see. I see now. I guess maybe you have to. I guess maybe you have to do it. Yeah, we don't like it. Touch the green scheduled. Should we just avoid it? No, let me check. So when I look, a guide I'm looking at, they want you basically go that area with the other enemies to get the urn map. Quite frankly, I just don't want to do it at this point. Just trying to avoid it for now. Or maybe. Let's see. Oh yeah, I guess that was it. I see it. What's this? Let me see. I think some of these guides are sigils are confusing. Oh, you know what? Actually, I have the guidebook. I'm gonna get that. This part can be very confusing. It's very easy to mess up. Let me check. I have the guidebook right here. My roommate, he gave me his old guidebook. It's not for the Zodiac age, but it still works for the most part. Even though there are some differences in how this game is now versus originally. It's still pretty similar. Let's see. Third ascent. Okay, so here it is. think there. Oh yeah, there are these bomb enemies. You want to make sure party doesn't have low health because they can do self-destruct and take out your party pretty easily. Keep your health up around you. So you want to go to the what's this one? Black one? Oh no, it's this one here. That's the black one. And we'll go to another section of Spiral Raffle First Fight area. See what I should get for Bond. Oh yeah, not yet. About HP strength. Check. I can't remember he has no, he doesn't. Not in this save file. He doesn't have anything like. Oh, I actually think he might have Parisian now. Let me check. He does. I might do this one of these two next. Maybe I'll go with maybe I'll save up and get Shock. Shock's a really good one. It's like Thunder, like a Thunder-based one, but it inflicts the most damage compared to even Thundega. It's a really good one. I think it does all enemies too. Yeah, I have to find it, I think. No, actually I have it already. I'll be able to get it. Once I learn, I'll be able to use it. Oh, gun. I guess back to my thoughts on 16, I like also the idea of how they're doing summons in the game. It seems really cool to me. The icons being, tied to certain characters. I guess they transform type thing. That's actually pretty neat. A nice twist on the summons. It makes them really useful to the storyline. It ties them all to the storyline. I like that quite a bit. It seems like they'll be, for a main title, they'll be the most useful they've been since like 10, I guess. They haven't really been that useful in the ones after. I mean, 7 Remake's the first time. I mean, yes, it's technically based on the existing game. Though it's made some choices. I don't know, kind of half consider it a new game, I guess. But anyway, that was really the first time in newer games that they made summons that useful to use. But for a new game, overall new title like 16, looks like the first time that they've been useful in many years. Where they're really useful to actually use. Which I'm excited about. I really like that. And the characters, I mean, they seem pretty good from what I can tell. I guess we'll see when it releases how they are. They seem a lot more interesting than the ones in 15. Definitely, and also more than 13. Seems like it'll be one of the better casts in the series. I'm sure it looks like it'll be one of the better games, in fact. I mean, who knows? I hate to speak too soon, but it looks like it'll be one of the better games. Oh, here could be. That's a good one. I mean, I guess we'll find out when it's supposed to release in June, I believe. Now, I hope I'll be able to get it by June. And I got some things I have to buy the next few months, including the PS5, but hopefully I'll be able to get it. If not, then not long after. It's like $70. I'm hoping I'll be able to afford it. I'll definitely do a playthrough when I get it. That game. Okay, I guess that's it for now. No. I don't know about the sound. I haven't heard anything much about the in-game soundtrack of 16. I can't remember the name of the composer. I looked them up. I haven't heard any of his music in any other games. I don't know how it will be. It seems like it'll have a good score. I mean, 15 did have a lot of spots in the game where there's no music, where it just didn't play for some reason. Like, they had the exploration theme. I can't remember how it went. Yeah, I can't describe how it sounded, I guess. It did have a theme, and when the pocket version would play it more frequently. It's supposed to play, but for some reason it didn't. So you're running around, there's just a lot of spots with no music. And it was actually a really good theme. It was actually a shame. It didn't play more often. Wait, I can't remember. Let me just drop this. It'll just show up and you won't even know it. Like that, right there. That one, I want to see what's in it. I'll just take out when I can. And there. Carefully. Oh, flare, that's a really good one. Sometimes they can just really hit you in the way you expect it. Let's see. This one? Oh, it must. Doesn't the guy say about secret path? This must be the secret path. Yeah, that was. You get. Can't get rid of them. They don't walk into it by mistake. Can't get rid of Redis. Which I don't think so. Yeah. Can't remove yes. What's this one? Oh, here's another feature I love about this game. Like, see how it's highlighted blue there? You just press optimize and it automatically picks it for you. You don't have to waste time scrolling around looking at stats. It's nice, I like that. They had it in Tales of Vesperia as well. I don't know why, at least in the future games I played this year, I don't know why they didn't bring that feature back. I don't know, just, anyhow. It's a nice feature. I wish more games would just do that. So, oh yeah, there's another one. Oh, it's the Malifont trap. This is actually one of the only good ones in this game. So you see any party members that need to get healed. And this is a really good way to do it. Let me just see. I think it also heals MP. So yeah, anyone who also has MP needs to be healed. I think it'll heal as well. Test that. Yeah, yeah, it's true. It does heal. Let me the second one here. I'm gonna know that one. Oh, okay, that was not one of the good ones. Okay, it's just one. Oh, it's the secret. See, now it's only just one of them. One of them is good, the other ones are bad. I don't unlock the other ones. that one. And you never know what they'll have. Unless you have a guide hand, or you have it offhand, memorized offhand, you're not going to know what's in them. They're usually not good to walk into. Okay, let's see what. This enemy called the Aeronite. Remember that if you want to use Sundaga against these flyers, it's telekinesis. I don't even think. Yeah, it's one difference between this and the original. I don't know if this one has telekinesis or not. Or if it's called something different. It may not. Let's see. Use your waste on red. So you want to use. Coming up, there's a red sigil. It's a little confusing. There's also a purple one. Looks similar. Hopefully I'll get it right. Change gambit real quick. The flying foe. So she'll hit Aeronite with some Dega. Here's oh, here it is. Flying. Oh, yeah, change it to flying. Let me put Ash back in my party. Here we go. Just have her use, make quick work of this. Oh, first has, shell on it, like a really shell. That will make their spell less effective. Oh, that's fine. Change that back. Fire. Yeah, there we go. We just look at other ones. I think the other ones are, yeah, the other ones are set properly. Okay, good. Yeah, that makes. Okay, I think this one's the red one. That one's purple. Alright, there's two more Aeronites coming up. Be prepared. Yeah, there they are. One of them has Protect. You'll want to get rid of it. I'm gonna have to grind for a bit. Close. Maybe I'll do some of the hunts. Level up more. Hunts are a pretty good way to level up in this game. Too. That's what the game doesn't tell you. The game doesn't tell you. You can buy workstones at certain shops, and one of them is in Balfenheim later in the game. One of them is on the commuter. I think it's the commuter one, the commuter airship that you can fly, let's say Ravenaston to Nalbina or Nalbina to Arcades, Aerodrome. You could buy later in the game teleport stones here. Which I didn't know this, I didn't know you could buy them later in the game before. No, ultimately. Check. Do I have it? Oh, I do. I have it. I have the license for Bosch here. Okay, what's next? Yeah, I usually, like if I'm playing, you know, these games like have timers. I usually don't like to leave. I guess I'm a little anal about this. Like when I'm playing a role-playing game, I don't like to leave the timer running. I like to, you know, kind of have it show me how long it takes without like just leaving it going. I don't know if that makes sense. Like I didn't like 15 because when you pause the game, the timer just keeps going anyway. It just kind of annoyed me. Like when you pause the game, you know, like this, you know, this type of pause, the timer should stop. It shouldn't keep going, in my opinion. And it just kind of bothered me. They didn't do that with 15. I think we brought it back for 7. We could stop the timer. 60 party. Oh. That's. So I'm gonna have to pick. Which one was it? 12? No, it was knowledge. Knowledge map. I think it was pink. Yeah. And what I do here is pick whichever. So you know that area with the circular area that with the wire goes upward. Those pillar, whatever pillar you picked, whether it's wealth, you know, those colorful pillars, whatever item you want to show, whatever ability you chose to get rid of, you know, you have to sacrifice. That's the one you have to pick here. And I think I picked knowledge map. I think, yeah, I had items. I changed it. I in these items. So for my playthrough, we'll have to pick pink. That would be this one. You do have to memorize which one you pick, otherwise you get it wrong. I hope this is it. Okay, good, this is the right one. What's next? Should be at the northwest platform. Yeah, if you got this right. Not that I think you end up all those undead enemies. And the pillar up here, I'm not going to bother reading it. The guy that says, oh, maybe I will read it. Let's see. Is that what it says here? Let's see. You reach this one. So there are some more of these sigils. It says in the guide you don't not to use them. It says there's another area you're supposed to go to instead. What was it? It was northernmost end of the platform and find the fool's facade, false wall. And there's a clear waystone, so we'll go there. And then you teleport to the previous area. So I'm getting a thing of doing camera for the placement. Finally getting the hang of it now. Where I can focus on this. I'm playing it in, you know, commenting like I've been doing. So yeah, we don't want to go there. We want to go. But I'll probably go in there later, finish the maps. I don't really need to do it yet. I think the enemies are so hard here, I need to level up more. Yeah, I'm not leveled enough. Oh. Just make sure. Labor wears off after a while. I don't know how long it takes, but it does wear off. Yeah, here it is. False wall. There was another one. I don't even want to take a chance on what it is. Sometimes they actually can insta-kill you as well. Just never know. Wait, shoot. Okay, tower we want to get rid of. Okay, good. Yeah. Let's whittle down its HP pool. Makes it easier.
We can win this.
Easier whenever you can. Alright. There.
I must believe.
There it is. The whips are chapped. Chapstick. You know, it's not my playthrough to feel like I'm at dinner, but it's the only ones I can.
We can win this.
Yeah, it looks like 16. I mean, I don't look like we'll be able to play as them. They'll have female party members again. I'm so glad about that. Like I said, I didn't like how 15 had no female party members. The only exception was, the only two exceptions were on occasion. Like one time for brief part of the game, you get to play. You have Iris and like completely useless. And then you had Aranea, so she was actually useful. She rarely showed up. It's just a shame because she's actually a potentially interesting character. She barely showed up in the game. The game just did a bad job of female characters. I didn't like that either. Like, it just made it pointless. Overall. Just not good. Compared to previous games, females had more importance. Like, they just had overall no importance. And bearing everything that happened in the game. I should manage to keep Captain Kira because, yeah, this enemy did knock the card out fairly quick. Not level high. You're not paying attention. Things will just go south. I don't know if I said this to 15 or 16. I'm glad they're not making people buy extra content. When I heard that, not gonna lie, thank you. When I heard that, basically I was excited. Don't sit for any movies or shows or any other stuff in this feed. I still don't understand what's happening. I'm just so glad about that. And I don't know if they're gonna pull the same nonsense they was 13 and maybe basically do cliff notes menus. Yeah. I mean, let's be honest, that like I said, that was not fun. That was like homework. It just the way we halted the game, we just had this screenshot grinding halt and read stuff in the menu that should have been in the many cutscenes the game had. Nice looking, but ultimately, generally just empty cutscenes, vapid cutscenes that went on a bit too long at times. Kind of like the game, I guess, overall. It's too long. Anyway, I'm glad that I'm not going to have to do all that. Again, I'm glad I don't have to buy extra content again. The complete experience. So they say. I mean, I guess we'll see when it releases. It's supposed to be a complete experience. Definitely no movies involved for it, like before that already usually get signed. You'll have to see movies to get what's happening, get the slightest idea of what's going on with the story and stuff. This might be the boss. Let's see. Oh, this is hopefully this is going to be too difficult. This is the what's the name of this one? Oh, Hashmal. It's one of the espers. Hashmal. Really awesome design. I really like the designs of the espers in this game. Let's see. Oh yeah. I mean, I didn't notice about this game is the other. Oh wait. Never mind. Strike that. Something I didn't notice about the game is that other characters in reserve in Mistbar's club you found in the party, but I can't really say that. I can't say for certain. Let's see. Possible one. Oh yeah, see that there? That's disease you might get rid of that. ASAP. Quickly as you can, because that's when the pulse goes down. Along with faster. There's something I'm glad they didn't bring back with the titles, admittedly. Much as I overall like this game, I'm glad they didn't bring back disease. It was really one of the annoying status effects this game introduced. I don't think they had it in previous games. It was just annoying. Oh good. Yeah, this can really turn... Tables can turn against you pretty quick in this battle, and you want to be top of your game here. Unless you're really high level, which I'm not higher level than recommended. Right here, yeah. Well, one of them is close, but it's like a level 50 boss battle. Yeah, level 50, 209,060 HP. Let's see. Oh, it says parts actually notified by explode, but I don't think I have some. Remember, it can be hard to find some of these abilities in game. I don't have one, unfortunately. Let's see if I can find it. Whoa. Oh, here we go. Oh, good, I do have one. No side. Hoping I'll have to hopefully back down to orange crystal to get out of here. I hope not. Hoping I can just do this. Get it done now. I might have to leave the level for that. Yeah, I'm glad they didn't bring that from 8. To me, that just seems so silly. Really, level grinding is something you don't want to do. I mean, that to me was a bad decision. I'm so baffled they thought that was a good decision at that time. I mean, really, it's just not. Take that part of the thing that keeps you playing a role-playing game is grinding, leveling up. Making it where you want to keep low level throughout the game. To me, that is so stupid. It's not a good idea. Very smart that you bring it back. It's silly that I thought of it as a good idea in the first place, but I thought it never brought it back. Like a lot of things, like I'm glad they would return, like the junction system. Glad it never returned. That was not fun. And the remake, I guess we'll have to see if they bring it back, they might improve on it. At least make the menu look more appealing. That menu was just so... The menu's making it boring. Horrifically boring. Even though people are watching us, if you've seen the menus in 8, they are so horribly dull to look at. I mean, they're just like these gray text boxes, and like when you open the menu, it's just gray, like gray or white text, and there's no character portraits when you open it, like no color, just gray. I think there actually might be a little red, but most of this is gray. This looks so unappealing. It's not fun to look at. And you're spending a lot of time in menus, much time, an ungodly amount of time. Something about with your junction setups. To me, it just strikes me like if they want to do something new for the sake of doing something new, but it wasn't done well at all. Oh yeah, that same thought. They had got sour in game. It's just kind of an interesting idea. You see numbers from the mercenaries. That actually I admit was interesting on paper at least. Because in execution, you had to do these tests in the game, which, yeah, I don't know. That's necessarily what I want to do in the Final Fantasy is to take tests. I just would look up the cheat sheets online. These tests are just tedious to get through. So you might get more money, and Squall is the one you have to level up to get to take the test. It goes up to level 30. If you're not level 30 as Squall, I think anyway, I think as I remember. Yeah, I think it's him, they'll be able to take it. Like if somebody else puts this as level 30, then it's still whatever Squall's level is that you can take that level of test. So yeah, if you want to get full pay in that game, you have to get up to level 30. Unless you don't run on selling stuff, you can't like money doing battles. You never want to fight anyway in the game, that's the other thing. It's so easy to level up Squall when it's used to be a party. Especially the final boss. The final boss's ultimate his castle are ridiculously fun. You can't leave the castle either, that's the other move. Like 4 discs and 1 disc is suspended at the castle. You can't actually leave. Glad they fixed that with 9. You could leave Memoria to go back to the Gaia, I guess the Memoria to go back to the world. If you don't know that in 8, like it happened to me before where I went there and you can't go back ever. So if you have a save file at Old Pieces Castle, you're never able to leave. So yeah, if you want to do some of the content in the game or something like that, get certain items you can't get at her castle. Well, you're also out, basically. You have to open up, you gotta do the whole new save, the whole new game basically, the new save file. And then the other thing is they walk out, you basically have to build your characters up again. They give them all your abilities, you have to beat these bosses in her castle, and they can be really hard. Just, like before it didn't have the quality of life features. They were hard. You're not messing about. They're really hard. And you have to unlock like items, you have to unlock attack, or not attack, I mean, you have to unlock use of items, summons. No, I don't have any more elixirs. I hope I'm not hope they're not gonna have to start this again because I'm, you know, gonna look at a chance. We'll see. Let's get rid of that meeting. I did see, like, I can't remember the name of the YouTube channel. They did a video where they showed the potential Final Fantasy VIII remake could look like. And I left a comment channel so the UI alone was so much better than the original. It was so much better than what. Like, I had actual pictures of the characters, one thing. I can't remember everything about it. Like, I had character portraits and the way Junction set this up, I had like a small sword place these different spells. It was a lot more interesting than it was before. Interesting to see how they do a remake of that game. You have to fix a lot of things about that game. You have a lot of things wrong with the story, the characters, the mechanics. It's got a lot wrong. I can hear all these fan theories about the game. I'm sure like Spawn and Noah's theory are actually false. The developers have said it's false, so that means it basically meant that they messed up with the story. At least they admitted that they messed it up so badly. It's got a lot of plot holes, missing a lot of content. Stuff missing in the game. It's really confusing. Yeah, this is what happens with disease. You get down to like 1 HP and it's just... It can get really annoying. I think get rid of it and get... I think we... Not one of my favorite. Again, like I said, this game's not perfect. And this is an example of how it's not perfect. I guess none of these games are perfect. I mean, again, some of them are better than others. This is one of the better ones. But for the most part, I mean, the series, the games are average. Most of them are average. Some of them are bad, like 8. Not many, though, thankfully. Only a few are just that. Only a few are really good, like 6, 7, might be 6, 7, 10, 12. Nine, I guess 9's a close second. Again, the battle system were at least faster. I think I'd like to see more. Also, I had to slow down the overworld too. It didn't have a lot of slowdown. They tried to put all these effects in the overworld at the time. Like fog and stuff that made it run slow. Slow the speed down, or it just lags a lot. And then the high encounter, which now is fixed with the turn encounters off. Yeah, there was a time where you just couldn't avoid battle with this happening constantly. Every few seconds you just run and all of a sudden the battle is such a drag. Yeah, I certainly don't miss random encounters. That's everything. Nice.
Not a chance.
This game got rid of it. Random encounters. I don't miss them. I'm glad they haven't returned. I guess supposedly they return with 13.2 and lightning returns, but I still find it baffling why they were just they got tiresome after a while. Like, they just wanted to explore, and then once you got no encounters really quick, you would just be hit with random encounters. You never knew what you were going to get. Sometimes you got some really nasty enemies. All of a sudden you're fighting like a burrow, and they are nasty. Like in 10's notorious for that, like in Mega Ruins. You had the Great Burrow, and they were just so brutal. They had First Strike ability. you didn't, like, your characters didn't have like, first strike as ability, as an auto ability. You know, you could potentially run into them and they will do bad grass. You know, it's pretty much, chances of winning are pretty much slim.
Please.
Like if you get hit with Berserk and people are confused, and also poison, like you're pretty much gonna fail the battle. Be really lucky to get those abilities, one of those stats aliens. You can't do anything, it's basically, you can't control the character. I usually don't get game over so far after 10. Well, at first I did, but I got really good at that game. That was the one area in the game, even if I went the whole game, not getting no game overs. Usually my game overs after that, I get really because of these great markers. And that was the real downfall of the random encounters. Now that you got rid of them, you can plan ahead better. One thing, you don't run into these. You're almost likely to run into them. These annoying encounters, ridiculously hard. While others are easy or just, you know, in between. You never knew what you're going to get. I don't miss it. It was certainly a real shortcut from the older games because of hardware limitations. It wasn't fun, especially not now. At least with 10, they didn't have like slowdown, like they loaded up pretty quick, I guess. They still weren't very, they aren't very fun to go to. Overall. I like that game, it might, anyway, I feel like a lot of games I feel like they benefit from a remake. Oh, shoot, yeah, I think I'm just gonna fail with that. So close to, but as they say, it doesn't matter except for grenades and horseshoes. I think I'm just gonna fail. That sucks. This is so close. This is annoying. This is annoying. Really annoying. Oh yeah, I forgot. And even if he's still alive, it's still game over. That was just really irritating. I'm gonna have to. I guess I gotta run all the way back down and get to the orange crystal. I think. Maybe I can level up here. I just have to get like the level 50. That was really frustrating. There's a lot of time in that. Really frustrating. I could level up here. I'm gonna stop this playthrough a couple minutes for today, but we'll level up a bit here. Yeah, so close, I was like close to level 50, I think I could have done it. I think it would be an issue. there's anyone here? Let's run back. I think they might. I think they reappear here to go work back to the. Oh yeah, that's right. Well, I think I'm gonna have to do it. What this means is I'm gonna have to go all the way back to where the orange crystal is beginning, but you know, I guess I'll do it. It'll be easier to level up elsewhere. And get more items too. Alright. Let's see. Yeah. There's something I'll just have to do. Oh well. Go here. And also with Final Fantasy 16, combat in the game, it looks a lot more exciting than 15's was. I mean, I guess 15 was kind of a growing pain overall, I guess. Like to switch to action-oriented combat. Admittedly, I used to not be a fan of action-oriented combat. You know, compared to turn-based, but now I actually prefer it. It's amazing. Now I just prefer it over turn-based. You know, turn-based is just, in general, except in certain cases like Final Fantasy X and Persona 5, I'm not really a fan of turn-based combat anymore. I mean, it just goes too slow. It moves too slowly. And generally, they're just not that interesting, except in certain cases. They're actually done in a way that's interesting. So it actually was a solid idea to move away from it, to be honest. This game actually made a lot of... I mean, at the time they were controversial overall, like getting rid of random encounters and stuff. It actually ended up being a smart move. Ditching them was actually don't want to sell that. That is actually for... You may have seen me almost sell this. I never sell it yet because there's a house. I can't remember the name of the person in Vajurba. You could sell it for 1,000 gil versus 250. You get a lot more money for it. I think it's 1,000. Yeah. No, I want to keep black orbs whenever we can. There's actually another area in Pharaoh. After you finish the Pharaoh's area, you know, the boss battle, get to the top of everything. A lower area, you need black orbs to activate these pillars, you know, that light up these rooms to continue down. It's like, I think there's 3 I can't remember the name of them, but yeah. I think they're all like trophies in the game. Like, they're tied to certain, like, Fafnir. I mean, no, what is it called? Yeah, I think it was Fafnir. Yeah, Fafnir and Behemoth King. Like, there's some of the bosses that are tied to the trophy list. And you have to go through it. Check the bizarre goods. What did Pebble... I'm not really sure what Pebbles do exactly. What do they do? If anyone sees this video and, you know, gets this part of the video, maybe you could tell me what they do. I don't know what they do. I usually just sell them. Maybe they're meant for something. I don't know. I'll get more items. I'll build up my supply. Phoenix Down special. Eye drops. Enemies in that Pharaoh's Tower, as you can see, they really inflict some annoying status enemies. This is actually a good one too. Boxes blind. Cast Berserk. If your character, you know, has a sword, like they have a generally high strength stat, like Bosch, for example, it doubles the attack power. So it can be really good for taking out certain enemies quicker. But it means you can't you control him, or whoever has berserk on them. You can't control them. So you have to be careful when you use it. And you don't cast it on everyone, because then you can't control everyone. I guess unless they have possibly unless they have like a high enough strength stat, but then well, I think you can't lose them. I guess you want to leave with one character without it. At least one. Alright. Let's see. Wish I might be able to do this one now. This one. Oh yeah, the Ray's house. I could sell the. What's it called again? Badu Spirits. Check the board first. See if there's more. Yeah, see, I like getting hunts here. I mean, this to me is a core place to get hunts in the diner. The diner is just lame. I don't know how they're gonna do it in 16, but somebody tells me it'll be like this. Not like you did in 15. Definitely looks like you're not gonna have things like diners in that game. Thank goodness. I'm not gonna miss that. Really uninspiring locations like that in the Final Fantasy game. I'm not gonna miss it. 50s diners land, gas station land. Not gonna miss it. So we're not gonna miss the product placement or any other stuff about the game that didn't work. But I'm sure 15 will have 16. I don't know how many will have. It'll certainly have its own flaws, but how many it will be, we'll have to see. Alright, we'll go to I think at 6:03 right now. I think at 6:15 I'll stop. Oh, I gotta have dinner. I don't want to wait too long. Where Jerba? The Jerba is such a really cool location. This game has really cool locations. Like Balfenheim and Jerba. I mean, they're just so cool. The locations are cool. It looks like 16 will have some cool ones. What I've seen. Like, they have the city, I don't know what it's called. It looks similar to, like Altisha, but it's a lot more interesting looking. It's not just basically Venice. I mean, Altisha, I mean, it was just basically Venice, let's just face it, Venice in the middle of the ocean. Yeah, so this is, I gotta make sure I use the right save file, otherwise I'll save over my other save game. Where I'm working on some of the post-game stuff. I would have done a playthrough for that game, but the Wi-Fi at our house, we finally got fiber optics. We didn't have it for a while, and the internet was horrendously slow. I mean, it was so bad I couldn't even look at something on Google. It would take forever just to load something on Google, forever. Like it would just load and load and load just to look up something simple, like a guide for this game here, for example. It was just horrible. I mean, now we got fiber optics after fighting with AT&T. They sent like, over 5 people, supposedly trained people, technicians, and they kept getting things wrong. Like there was these mix-ups. Like they installed the box in the wrong pole. They didn't get enough people sent out. We even got this one guy. It was just ridiculous. This guy was a complete a-hole. He said, "Oh, we should just switch to Comcast," and then he goes and he doesn't even tell us. He just shuts our service off. Complete jerk. Completely useless. And then we finally get this guy who wasn't even fully trained, and he figured out what to do, and it was just embarrassing. We finally got internet that actually works well. And then for years, that was the other thing too. We found out later that I can't remember how exactly. We found out we didn't have fiber optics. They kept telling us, oh, you guys have fiber optics. Well, turns out we didn't. That wasn't true. That's why internet was horrible. I couldn't do, long story short, I couldn't do playthroughs because the speed was just way too slow. It would just cut off all the time. I didn't have enough connection. I mean, now I could do them no problem. It's great, I love it. At least for the PlayStation 4, I can't do it on the Xbox. At least, oh, I could. I just don't know how to do Twitch. I guess I have to get onto a computer to change the settings where I can save videos to my channel on there. Because once you're done with the playthrough on Twitch, unless you change the default setting, you can't keep your videos. So if I want people to go back and watch them later, however people can watch them later, like I have on my channel here, you can't. Unless you change that one setting. And it's just, yeah, I don't know why they did it that way, but bubble belt, that could be good. That's how you can double your HP with bubble, and if you have the bubble accessory that has auto bubble, then your HP will automatically be double. It can be really good. It might be good for that boss battle. I think I'm going to use it after I level up enough, of course. Yeah, just a few more minutes. Oh, here's another good one. These action time. Actions are faster. What is this horology? I haven't really used all these abilities. Like, each place I kind of use different. I start using more and more abilities. I haven't gotten to using all of them yet. I've gotten more into them over time. It's kind of the same with 10. I mean, there are abilities in 10, like I took several places, like I didn't always use provoke. Like in that game, you could use provoke, like the blade enemies in that game. You could make them not where they don't use the quad attack that inflicts poison. They'll just use, like, Blade Rondo, I think it's called, and it doesn't inflict poison, although it does do more damage if you cast Protect, like on Tidus or whoever has Provoke, cast a Provoke on it. It won't use its poison attack. It'll just use Blade Rondo, and if you have, like, Protect or you're guarding, it will do a lot less damage. It's really great. And then there's some enemies, like spirits in the Mega Dungeon. If you cast Provoke, it's kind of interesting, a little odd actually. But yeah, if you cast Provoke on it, it will heal your party. I kid you not. It just heals your party, and it doesn't counterattack with Poison Mist, which basically, unless you're high enough level, it really damages your party quite a bit if you attack it. It's like a counterattack. Might be good. Yeah, this game has some of the same things. Like I'm just learning more and more about it. More actually in Final Fantasy X even. It has more stuff to learn. This might be good. I might try it this time. I'll go to the Ray's house. Accept the hunt and sell the German Madu I've been saving for a while. So you have to. Actually, I don't know if you have to finish the hunt first or I can't remember. Oh, that area, I think that goes to Andor's. It goes to Andor's palace, which I think I always see in cutscenes. Let's see, where is it? Oh, here it is. It's a little person icon. This is, I think, the Ray's house. Yeah, here it is. Steris residence. I love the music in this level too, it's great. Part of why I love this game, the music is really good. I actually have the whole soundtrack to this game. Well, it's on iTunes, great soundtrack. I listen to it pretty regularly. Well, not all of it, but... Well, sometimes I'll put this one on too. I have a playlist of different role-playing game soundtracks. And this is, like, I have some from this game. I have a good amount from this game on it. Like, these games have great, not all these games are good, but one thing generally have in common is they have great soundtracks. They tend not to be lacking in their soundtrack department. Alright. I don't know if I'll be able to do this one or not. Antlion. I might be able to. Okay, it's almost time. Antlion, the hunt begins. I also like the way they do the hunt. It's kind of an interesting way to do it. Hunt begins. Social enemy vanquished. I hope they can make something like that in 15 or 16 back. I didn't really like the way 15 did. It was kind of just bland. I can't remember exactly how it did it. It was a little bland to me. It just wasn't. It didn't get me as pumped as that does. Well, could try it. I'm guessing this is probably where I'll stop this playthrough in just a second. I think you actually. Oh yeah, I think you have to beat the questions before you can sell the spirits. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop pretty soon. For today. Oh, we could buy balance modes here. Balance would be really good. It doesn't work on all enemies, but when it does, like, I can't really explain how it works. I'm not too familiar with this one, but basically, if it works on the enemies, it could really do some high damage depending on the enemy. I used it earlier in playthrough with what's his name? Larsa. Larsa had it, and I used it against the enemies in I think it's the Golmor Jungle. It's really effective there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop in just a second. That's a long playthrough, 3 hours. It'll be fun being able to have the camera on chat with you all. Or chat during the playthrough, I mean. Alright, well, I'm gonna stop. Goodbye, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the playthrough. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you enjoyed it. Alright, bye. See you.